What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right. I am going to talk about these pay-per-view numbers that came out. I'm going to do a second video I shared, but after I did some analysis, man, I want to talk about how this affects the Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder conversation, because there's a lot of subscribers that are coming to my channel talking absolute and complete nonsense about these numbers. And as we know, the pay-per-view for Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury is headed towards a 400,000 viewership mark. Now, the viewership, 400,000 viewership for Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury would be at $74.99 for price, is gross revenue of $29,996,000. The gate for the fight, with 17,000 tickets sold, with an average price of $295 a ticket, is $5,015,000, which makes the fight, total gross revenue of the fight, and I'm just talking about the U.S. revenue for the fight. I'm not talking about the UK revenue. I'm talking about the U.S. revenue for the fight is just a little over 35 million. 35,011,000 to be exact. Exact as a gross number will allow you to do. Okay? That's Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. That is a success. Okay? That is a success. And it is Deontay Wilder's first pay-per-view. So now what are as you know, there's going to be your Anthony Joshua fans who are going to try their absolute doggonest to find some holes in this. And the first two that have popped up are absolutely and completely ludicrous. The first, that Deontay Wilder, in order to get Anthony Joshua 50-50 with Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder would need to do 1 million pay-per-view buys against Tyson Fury. That's the first one. The second one is that it's not because of Deontay Wilder that this was a success. It's because of Tyson Fury. Every time I hear from you clowns, you amaze me more and more. Let's talk about the first ridiculous argument that you're laying out here first. That Deontay Wilder is not the reason that people watched Showtime boxing. 400,000, if it winds up being 400,000 people tuned in to watch Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury on Showtime. That 90% of those people that walked in, this is what I've heard, 90% of that was Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder, Showtime Sports has, last I checked, roughly, they were estimated at the end of 2018, they were tracking towards 8 million subscribers. Deontay Wilder, in his last view on Showtime, which is not free TV, it is subscription TV. You have to pay for it. Averaged 1.2 million for his fight with Luis Ortiz. 1.2 million out of 8. That, my friend, is 1 out of 8 people watch Deontay Wilder. If you have 8 people with a subscription, 1 household tune in to watch Deontay Wilder. Of that 1.2 million, 400,000 of them tuned in to paid to watch Deontay Wilder fight. So Deontay Wilder already had an established pool of fans on Showtime that on multiple occasions have shown that they're willing, that they want to watch him. 1.2, 1.3 million because he's the number one viewed guy on that network. You somehow assume that 1 out of 4 of them, little less than 1 out of 5 of them, decide to now pay to watch Deontay Wilder, that it was Tyson Fury. Now, don't pay attention to the fact that Tyson Fury's last fight was on Showtime's YouTube page that anybody could watch for free. And they, my friend, did not do 400,000 views for free on HBO's YouTube page. But somehow you dummies take the line that the 400,000 was not for the guy who already has 1.2, 1.3 million. It peaked, by the way, at 1.4 million people watching him every fight that he does, or definitely the last fight, Luis Ortiz, and fights before that as well. Bermane Stavern 1 and 2 did over 1 million. That it's not the people, that 400,000 people didn't come from the 1.2 million that always watch him. That only, what is 90% of 400,000? That is 360,000. So 360,000 of that 400 came to see Tyson Fury, but only 40,000 of the 1.2 million that watched Deontay Wilder every fight came to see Deontay Wilder. You're a buffoon. That is a buffoon argument. Okay? That is an argument that only a buffoon or somebody who is paid shill for AJ and Matchroom would make. That none of the, let's get this right again, only 40,000 of the 1.2 million people, or actually it peaked at 1.4, of the 1.4 million people that watched Deontay Wilder fight Luis Ortiz in his last fight, only 40,000 of those paid to see him. But Tyson Fury, who has never been a Showtime fight on the main Showtime channel, had 360,000 people decide to pay for the pay-per-view, although they had never been subscribed to HBO and watched Deontay Wilder before. You sound stupid. Stop making the argument, man. Okay, now let's go to the other ridiculous argument. And that argument is, now this you didn't create, this is you just believing something that Eddie Hearn said, that Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury would have to do 1 million pay-per-view buys for Deontay Wilder to get a 50-50 split with Anthony Joshua. Now, let's look at this. Let's take Anthony Joshua's best pay-per-view performance. Best pay-per-view performance. Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko did 1.5 million pay-per-views. I'm going to round up and do 1.6 million. At $25.39 a pay-per-view, because that's what the pound to dollar conversion is $25.39 for the price that they charge, which was like £19.95, 19 pounds and 95 pence. $19.95 in UK currency. That was a gate of $40 million. That was a $40 million gross revenue. $40 million gross revenue. Okay? Then you take the gate, and we're going to go to the 90,000 gate that was there at an average of $115, right? Because it was an average of roughly 90 pounds. The conversion after the pounds to the dollars was $115 average. I'm converting it into dollars. $115, which means the gate was $10,350,000. Okay? That brings a total for the fight in US dollars to $50,974,000. Okay? Let's go over the numbers again for the slowpokes out there. The gross revenue for Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko at $1.6 million with a price per pay-per-view of $25 US dollars and 39 cents, which is the converted price that it was charged in pounds, brings in a pay-per-view revenue gross, not net, we're not taking out costs, of $40,624,000. The tickets sold were 90,000 tickets at 115 US dollars averaged, which brings in $10,350,000 in revenue, which makes the whole fight worth in gross just between the gate and the UK pay-per-view at $50,974,000. Now, let's look at the money that Anthony Joshua and Fury would have done if it did 1 million pay-per-view buys at $74.99. That's easy math. That is $74,990,000, which is for just the pay-per-view, which is $24 million more than the entire revenue of Anthony Joshua's biggest fight, and then add in the gate, which wound up being another $5 million because it was $17,000 times 295 average ticket, which was $5,015,000, which would have brought the gate to, this is the total gate that Eddie Hearn says that this is the total money that had to be earned for Deontay Wilder to get 50-50 split off of Anthony Joshua. $80,005,000. So to get 50-50 with Deontay Wilder, for Deontay Wilder to get a 50-50 split with Anthony Joshua, he would have had to do $30 million more than any fight that Anthony Joshua has ever done to get a 50-50 split. Okay? Stop being morons and listening to what anybody tells you. The 50-50 mark is this. First of all, it is at around 360,000 views. Because at 360,000 views, that means the total revenue of the fight would be, with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, would be $35 million. $35 million. So why is that a 50-50 split? Because Deontay Wilder, that's what Deontay Wilder brings out of the United States. Tyson Fury is not from the United States. I just went through that. Tyson Fury is a guy that Deontay Wilder chose to fight, and they put him on pay-per-view on U.S. soil. So that's the base. 400,000 people are the base for Deontay Wilder that came out to support him. Vladimir Klitschko also brought a base to the Anthony Joshua fight that he had, which was shown by some of the other numbers that Anthony Joshua had done, which were not that high. The 1 million pay-per-views that he did against Alexander Povetkin, the 887,000 pay-per-views that he had done against Carlos Takam, the 1.4 million that he did against Joseph Parker. There's no way on this planet that in order to get 50-50 split that Anthony Joshua should have had to, Deontay Wilder has to do $1 million. But here's the thing too. Deontay Wilder being able to earn this type of money means that Deontay Wilder does not have to go and fight Anthony Joshua. So if Anthony Joshua wants to make that fight and wants to get to a fight that big, he needs to make concessions. But that's not the point of my argument. I am refuting the fact that he needs to do 30 million more in the United States than Anthony Joshua does in the UK to have to go to the UK to fight the guy. It's absolutely moronic. Okay? So in conclusion, to summarize, there is no way on this planet that Tyson Fury, who has never been on Showtime, on a main Showtime channel before, is the reason why people who already have been watching Deontay Wilder decided to watch Deontay Wilder again. Deontay Wilder got about 4 out of 11 people who always watch him to pay to watch him. And the reason why we know it is because we're the people that always pay to see him. We're the ones that always watch because we're the American fight fans who are fans of Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, the arguments that you keep coming up with have got to go. You said this is just one in a long line of ridiculous arguments. Just about the Tyson Fury fight. Number one, the Tyson Fury fight is never going to happen. Deontay Wilder's lying. It's never going to be announced. They said they were going to announce it, but the press conference, it's not going to happen. That's what Eddie Hearn said. Then just last week, it was only 8,000 tickets sold. Only 8,000 tickets sold. But voila, we wind up after the fight finding out that 17,000 tickets were sold. Where did the other 9,000 tickets come from? How did the other 9,000 tickets get sold? That's more than doubled from what you guys said was being sold. You guys are not doing Anthony Joshua any favors, and real fans in the UK of UK boxing have got to know. You can argue about whether Tyson Fury should have won the fight or shouldn't have won the fight. That's on you. The fact of the matter is Deontay Wilder got the draw. Deontay Wilder's the WBC champion. It is what it is. You can't steal his fan base and hand it over to Tyson Fury. Nor can you make any type of realistic argument that in order to get a 50-50 split, Deontay Wilder has to outperform Anthony Joshua's best financial performance by $30 million. You just sound ridiculous. So stop making the arguments. It's time for common sense to enter your heads, okay? I know you got these troll-ass channels and who primarily are looking for your views, telling you anything you want to hear. But 400,000 pay-per-view buys, 400,000 pay-per-view buys at $74, basically $75 a deal is $30 million just from the pay-per-view. Plus a gate of $5 million makes $35 million. That, my friend, tells you right there the power of the United States. And here's the thing also. That's just the first one. And I'm going to tell you, I'll go through the numbers just for the heck of doing it, man. I didn't mean the video to go so long. But, dude, let's look at what the pay-per-view numbers were for AJ's first pay-per-view fight. His first pay-per-view fight was he did 420,000 pay-per-view buys at $25.39, which was $10 million. And his gate was $2,300,000. His first pay-per-view fight generated $12.9 million. His second pay-per-view was $14.9 million. His fight against Eric Molina was slightly less than that. So it took Anthony Joshua to get to Vladimir Klitschko before he broke 1 million pay-per-views. And it took him that long, and even in that, so it was 3 pay-per-views before Anthony Joshua even got half of what Deontay Wilder got on his first one. So you guys got to come up off of this. You got to come up off of this Eddie Hearn smoke that you're getting blown. Straight up, you got to come up off of it, man. Because at a certain point in time, it's just, you are no longer believable. You've not been believable for a long time when you believe that Al Heyman wasn't going to pay $50 million for an Anthony Joshua-Deontay Wilder fight. Why wouldn't he guarantee it? If that was in the United States and it was Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, it might have done 1 million pay-per-views. And in 1 million pay-per-views, there you go. That's the money. But you acted like it was make-believe. It wasn't make-believe. United States money is big. And do you know the most significant stat that I've named out of here that makes it the case? It is the average ticket price, because the average ticket price for Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury was only $295. What happens when the average ticket price in Vegas goes up to $2,000? That's how you get $34 million gates. That's how you get $150 million. Man, y'all are bugging. Anyway, this is overkill at this point in time. Y'all sound crazy and need to stop. And with that, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And with that, I'm out. Peace.